What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Optimize You. I am your host, Alex Wojciechowski, and we help you optimize every single area of your life every Tuesday and Thursday. And first off, I just want to say, if you do enjoy the podcast, if you do enjoy what we're talking about, if you're getting value from it, we just appreciate it. If you would subscribe so you don't miss future episodes, like the podcast, rate us, and share it with a friend. You know, if there's somebody out there that you know who you believe could benefit from any of our episodes, share the podcast with them. Help get the word out. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help change the health and fitness industry. We're help you improve your life any way that we possibly can every week. And so we really appreciate you. And today I'm honestly kind of frustrated. And that's why I'm doing this podcast. Is I actually just watched a short video on YouTube, and this fucking doctor was talking about how water in its regular fucking form, tap water, filtered water, is not actually good for you. And this is why so many fucking people struggle with their health, their fitness, losing weight, whatever it fucking is because of these fucking people. Some guy with a doctor next to his name on a podcast that gets millions of views per episode talking about how water is not good for you in the form of just straight water, that it needs to have salt in it, that it needs to have this and that and blah, 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 blah. This stuff fucking pisses me off because it's already confusing enough out there. There's so many people saying shit, and then people will go out and talk about this kind of stuff and confuse the hell out of everybody trying to actually just get a little bit better, right? Like water. First off, water is not bad. You need water. Your body is 60%, 70% water. You need to be fueling yourself with enough water so that your body can function the way it's supposed to, right? You need electrolytes. Obviously, that's a great thing, especially if you're sweating a lot, if you're moving a lot, you're active. Make sure you're getting electrolytes in as well. Salt. If you want to get stuff like LMNT, like Noon tablets, stuff like that is really beneficial. But these people piss me off. They're doctors, and so people trust them with their life, right? They think that everything that comes out of these guys' fucking mouth is fact, when that's just not true. Like, just people try to take these fucking absurd stances on shit just to get eyeballs, just to get more views, just to be away from the curve and say some fucking stupid ass shit that is out of this world, does not make any sense. It's like people who say that like fruits are bad because they're sugar, right? That is out of this world stupid. They're loaded with nutrients. Now, if you have diabetes, if you have prediabetes, sure, you're not going to want to have as much fruit. It's going to depend on the person, but in its natural form, fruits are good for you. They're beneficial. They're going to give you all of these nutrients that your body needs. You have all these fucking idiots out there preaching all of this BS that confuses everybody out there. And so this is, as you can tell, I'm just frustrated by this stuff because there's already billions of people in this world. There's already millions of people in the health and fitness industry that are coaches, that are doctors, that do research, that do this and that and the other thing and whatever it is. And like, there's enough voices. We don't need people out there talking about this stuff. And so I just want you all to know, question everything. Question everything. Don't take, just because somebody has a doctor in front of them, just because they got a PhD, does not mean they know anything, right? About certain things, right? Hopefully they know something about whatever field they got a PhD in. But like, even so, question it. If you listen to this podcast, question and do your own research on the things that Matt and myself say. Like, I don't want you to take all of this stuff as fact. Some of it's our opinion, right? Some of it's stuff we've seen from our clients. Some of it's stuff we've seen from our certifications and the science of all this stuff, right? But we try to simplify it for you. We try to talk about it in a way that's sustainable, because we know that it's a crowded area, right? There's tons of podcasts. There's tons of health and fitness podcasts, self-development, all of these different things, like for everything, right? You can listen to. So if you are listening to it, we appreciate it. And we hope you continue listening, but we want you to know that whatever you do, make sure you don't just take things as fact because they came out of somebody's mouth, right? Because they came from a podcast that gets millions of views, right? Millions of views, a great podcast. And this is this is an awesome podcast. I love the person whose podcast it is. It's just this kind of thing frustrates me when there's like people who take everything that comes from this guy's podcast as fact. And then he has somebody on who's just, and I just saw a clip, right? So I don't want to say that everything out of this guy's mouth is bullshit, but I saw a clip about water and how it's, inherently not good for you if you're just drinking regular filtered tap water. And that could be out of context too. But either way, like, we cannot have this stuff. Like, so question every single thing that comes out of anybody's mouth. If it's your doctor too, like this is, I think that doctors are amazing, right? Like we couldn't get to where we need to be and be as healthy as we are and whatever without doctors. But like, there's plenty of medications being subscribed that don't need to be subscribed. Like, there's not a lot of people out there that I think are actually getting down to the root cause of the stuff. And we hope that that's something we can do, is like help you get down to the root cause, or at least understand that that's what you should be doing with these things. When you do Band-Aid fixes, like I've done in the past, I've done tons and tons of Band-Aid fixes and quick fixes and try to take shortcuts. And it's always come to the long route. It's what's beneficial, delaying the gratification, focusing on the root cause, however just much of a struggle that is, right? However long that may take you to actually get to where you want to be, like, the sustainable way is always going to be the best way. And when people talk about water being bad, like, no, fuck those people. Like, water is amazing. You need water. You should make sure you're staying hydrated. Fruits and veggies are amazing. Like, keep it simple. Keep it simple, but always question everything. Stuff's going to be different for you than it is for me, for anybody else, right? There's all of these different things that you need to understand, is that every person is different. And so when somebody's throwing out blanket advice saying that certain things are bad, fruits are bad, whatever is bad, red meat's bad, like all this stuff, it may not be beneficial for you based on your scenario, based on what problems you have and struggles you have. But it could be amazing for me. It could be amazing for somebody else. And so make sure that you question every single thing out there. Every single thing. Make sure that it's going to work for you. Try it out in a limited capacity. Don't just do it blindly and assume that it's going to work because so-and-so has a fucking doctorate and said this bullshit on a podcast that you listen to that you trust because this person has a lot of amazing people on, right? And so, sorry, this has been a frustrated episode, but I hope that you understand that this stuff is just, it needs to stop. It's never going to stop though, right? Like, there's always going to be people like this. People try to draw eyes. People try to go against the curve or go against the grain because that's what people want to see. They want to see different. They want to see the magic pill. Oh, fuck. Oh, maybe the reason I haven't seen the results I want is because I'm not drinking water the right way. I shouldn't be drinking as much water. No, most people are probably not drinking enough water. And so don't do this stuff. Question every single thing that you hear. Don't just take a doctor's advice, like, just because. Do your research. Do your research, and don't allow people to just prescribe medications to you left and right. Make sure that you see if there's a better way, because once you go down the road of taking medications, of doing this one thing, there's always side effects from these things, right? And then you could end up having to take another medication because that medication caused all of these issues for you, right? And so I've seen it time and time again where people come in and they fill up my forms and stuff, and they're taking 9, 10 medications, right? And this is probably because they started taking one medication because they had an issue instead of maybe getting down to the root cause, because some people just, they don't want to help people get down to the root cause. They're not even healthy themselves, right? And so they just keep prescribing medications, trying to put a Band-Aid on it. Oh, I have another issue. Here's another medication that's going to solve this issue. Oh, fuck, that caused another thing. Here's another medication to solve that. All of a sudden you're taking 9 medications, and it's going to be impossible to come off of those because it's going to cause so many issues. And so make sure that you question every single thing out there. And that means question the stuff that me and Matt say. Not everything that we say is going to be beneficial for you. We want to come from this from a sustainable, simple way, but we also know that not everything works for everybody. You are an individual. You have an individual lifestyle. You have an individual needs and struggles. Address those needs. Find the root cause and you will get to where you want to be. I'm amped today, but I hope that this has been helpful. I really, truly hope you will take the advice that I said in this and just stop listening blindly to people out there in the industry who seem like they know what they're talking about, who are prestigious or up there or whatever it is. Like, just because somebody is a doctor, just because somebody is a certain way or has done certain things, doesn't mean that they always know what they're talking about. And so, question everything. I appreciate you listening and watching this. If this was helpful, please make sure you subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss our future episodes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I appreciate you greatly. Also, share this with a friend if you think that somebody else needs to hear this. This is probably one that a lot of people need to hear. Whew. I'm going to need to go calm down and meditate after this. But thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good rest of the day, a good rest of the week, and I'll be talking to you soon.